We've got Dan.
Hey.
He's returned from episode 3. He was our first ever guest.
How do they do that, man? I want my lawn to look like that.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I could say it differently and try and make it myself, but also entertaining.
I would argue that probably 10 had probably read the label. 2 litres of Coke, man, for breakfast.
If you are sort of following good cultural practice and fertilising, but it just seems to always be hungry, get a soil test.
Yeah, Uncle Macca was just...
I got told that's just Caddy dialed up to 12. Just...
Episode 7. Yeah. Are we ready? We're ready. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Lawnhub Live after lunch, episode 107. We've got Dan.
Hey.
He's returned from episode 3. He was our first ever guest, and he's back. We listened to the people, we got some feedback, and we brought the man back. So welcome back, Dan.
Thanks for having me, Jonesy. Appreciate it, mate.
It's been a while. Obviously, I think since last time we spoke here, the YouTube channel was still going, but you were wrapping it up.
That's correct.
And it's completely wrapped up now.
Yep.
But I know that I know I'm dying to ask, but I know there's people out there. How is the deck looking?
The deck's looking good, man.
Yeah?
Yep. Don't get too much time to roll the Scotty every third day, but it's hanging in there, mate.
Yeah, that's good.
It's got a few Sky beers on the way this weekend.
Yeah, well, I don't know if we're going to get the fully 100 mil predicted or whatever they're thinking in some areas, but you never know. I mean, the weatherman's been right once every now and then. They get 365 days a year to get it right. Surely they're going to get it day once. Or woman, weather woman.
Even a broken clock's right twice a day.
That is exactly right. You know, you say that to someone who doesn't understand it, and they stand there and go, I don't get it.
No, I don't get it. Yeah.
I don't get it. Well, think about it.
They must be digital then.
They must be. Well, even a digital clock's right twice a day.
It's only once, isn't it?
Well,
it's 24 hours?
Well, it depends if it's one of them people that don't know 24-hour time.
Right.
You know.
That's me. Once I get past 12 hours.
They're all the same. So we'll let people waltz in. Takes a couple of minutes for them to get going. But Dylan, we got any Insta questions? Because they're the ones we've got to do first.
We do have some Instagram questions.
Dylan's here too.
Hi guys, here in the background, here live.
No camera for him today.
He's
one
got
of
a face for radio.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
One of the 7 cameras we have in this building, and one of them's not facing Dylan, but that's okay.
The important people are on today, all right? Let's all calm down.
Yeah.
All right.
Make me blush.
So we do have 2 questions here on Instagram.
Uh-huh.
One from Jakey Boy, and I'll give this to I'll just let you guys naturally answer how you want to answer. Can I mow?
Decisive.
Well, it's about product. So can I mow, then spray roots, wet and 3-way, or spray and wait?
Well, there's a lot going there. Well, he's using wet, so he has to water it in. So, yeah, you can mow and water it in straight away.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Cool. And then from Julian, he asks, how long after should you wait before adding fertilizer to new seed lawn?
Same day.
Yeah, put it out as you're going.
Put it out as you go. Yeah.
All right.
Any more?
That was it from Instagram.
Is there any Instagram comments? Because I don't know if Restream's working, bro. Should I just refresh it again?
Can you go back and then see if there's another stream that's live?
No, I can see myself, but no one's commenting.
The peeps, they're probably just coming
peeps
on
are lurking.
Peeps are lurking.
Yeah.
Peeps are lurking.
Yeah,
lurking.
They're lurking. So,
doing these ones.
How's the front lawn going? The Tiff Tuff?
Yeah, it's still recovering. Yeah, it's a slow process. So I think last time we met, I'd had a soil sample taken.
That's right, to Michelle.
And she's like, mate, this is some pretty bad soil. And
that's because you got that from a landscape yard, didn't you?
Yeah.
That's so disappointing, isn't it?
And it was just a whole bunch of compaction issues and low OM. So we're just obviously organic matter's not fixed overnight.
No.
So still going with that, still relieving compaction, and at least I'm not still getting repeated dollar spot due to nitrogen deficiencies.
That's right. You did have dollar spot.
That's right. That was driving me wild, man.
Yeah, because we do get it here in SA, but it's not a lot. It's not like you're up in Queensland where like you just look at a spot and you go, oh fuck, that's dollar spot. That'd be dollar spot tomorrow. Now I can't look. Whereas actually, we've got conditions coming this weekend which will heavily present itself in those conditions. But yeah, that's right. Forgot about that.
Yeah, and it was killing me, man, because I'm just like, what am I doing? What am I doing wrong? I thought I was doing everything right, but yeah. But like as soon as I'd sort of start sinking the multi in, it's just like, this is rock hard.
Yeah.
Might as well be a cricket pitch, man.
Yeah, we've got a multi somewhere. It's probably behind Dylan's desk at Dry Creek. Someone's
Behind my
got
desk at Dry Creek.
Well, there is a Cora somewhere in Dry Creek, or someone's taken it home and not brought it back.
Behind my desk.
I'm just playing it, bro. It's fine.
just trying to take that literally, like, what,
Yeah.
outside?
Nah.
But since then, I procured myself like a was it the one of the paddock reciprocal?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh, that thing's an animal,
Yeah.
man. Yep.
Mitch, who was on here a couple of weeks ago, yeah, he's got one and he loves it.
Yeah, yep. Like you're getting that 50, 75 mil penetration, ejects a nice plug.
Fuck yeah.
And, you know, not that the multi's not a good tool. Like you still
Oh, it
get
has a place.
Has a place to get in all the tight spots, or if you've got a small yard and you
Yeah.
only want to spend half an hour doing it. But you're not doing 350 square Kai on that bad boy.
Nope.
So,
Nope. The drainage still working?
oh, yeah, like
Yeah.
a dream, man.
That was my favourite series.
Yeah.
That was. I love drainage. It's just not talked about, and like your example of it was, it didn't have to be the bells and whistles. Like you did a very good job with. Obviously, it's in your field, so you knew what you were doing.
Yeah, a
And-
little bit.
Yeah.
So the hardest bit was actually, so the first bit was, had to find my outlet and then back calculate 1% from there to a pit, and then back calculate again 1% to another pit. So to make sure I still had coverage over the whole system, but also full. So I had to keep like, I think it was either 1 or 0.5% full just to get the water out, because otherwise I wasn't going to get that 600 deep. Because the top of the yard was only like 600 or 700 higher than the point that I needed to get it out to, and it's like, well, that's not a lot of fall at all.
No.
When you're thinking the top of the trench is up there and it's almost level with the outlet.
Yeah,
You're
that's
like,
true. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maths. That's why you pay attention in kids' school.
Oh,
Kids' school.
Kids' school.
I'm done, it's been a big week.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just like Clint just joined the Instagram as well.
he did.
So,
Hello,
he'll
Clint.
be proud
boy.
of your
Yeah.
your soundboard uses. But we did have a couple of comments
Yeah.
that I did find those other comments that that were said. Skazer said this would be a fantastic one, and I cannot wait. He's been watching you, Dan, Green and Gold Life for a long time. I did tell you that one before.
Oh, g'day, mate. How's things? Nice to be back.
And Stan Dawson says, can you guys sponsor him and get him back doing some builds? He just made it fun.
Oh, mate. Well, how flattering. What are we building?
I don't know. Maybe just I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Give us some
know.
ideas, guys.
We'll build
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Maybe-
What should Dan build? I mean, let's talk about the things you have built. You've done a tank for Ben.
Yep.
Yeah, you did that. You did that
Forgot
build.
about that.
Yeah. You done your tanks at home. You did obviously your drainage pits.
Yep.
Did you do the concrete out
Yep.
the front of your shed? Yeah.
we
So
did
there's
that.
a lot of project. You had the greenhouse there for a little bit.
Yeah. Little DIY greenhouse that I murdered everything in.
Yeah.
Because I've got to water it.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Okay. All right. People have come in now to the chat. So Mr. Mumbles says, "G'day, legends. Hello."
G'day, Mumbles. How's things, mate?
Joseph says, removed garden beds and want to lawn the whole area. What is the best way to help kikuyu spread?
Just let it go, baby.
Yeah. Just look at it.
Yeah.
Bit of N. You could probably look at some got laid as well if you're looking for those, roots to really establish after they're creeping. Roots and shoots. Regular mowing. That's going to get it going.
But also, don't be afraid to take some plugs.
That's right. Yeah.
So the great benefit about plugs when you take them, you take it from an inconspicuous area and you pop it in where you want it to spread. But also because if you can take it, it fills in super quick because it's like an exponential thing where it just fills into the lickety split.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're trying to just wait for stolons or whatever, it can take a while.
Does take a while, but I mean, we didn't do any. So that small lawn out the front here, which is heavily scabbed at the moment because it grew to what? How high do you reckon it grew, Dylan? 45 centimeters.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you broke the one.
Oh, dude, it was.
That's just,
Video up tonight, 6 p.m.
It's so like it. I've only got myself to blame, and my back lawn, so my back kikuyu, which I'll talk about a bit later. But yeah, my back kikuyu in some places was about 3 foot high. Yeah, and I want to talk about that later because it's a bit like what we're talking about downstairs, like about the iron sources. Kikuyu is always going to be kikuyu.
Oh, yeah.
It's but we can talk about that later. But yeah, regular mowing once the kike is starting to creep, that's going to help it even establish quicker. And like Dan said, plugs. If you can get a plugger, or you can make one, there's plenty of videos online now about how to make them. But yeah, I suppose there was a product called the Pro Plugger. Well, it still is. And just like everything in this world, a cheaper alternative comes along and you can buy 2 or 3 for the price of one. So, yeah, I'm not sure what your stance is on that, where like someone comes out with a premium product and then all these cheap copies come around, because I'm undecided. The premium product does all the R&D, right? Does the hard work to present a product to the market. And then these other brands come in and make it. But by doing so, they're making it cheaper, which is then more accessible to people, which means that more people in this space, this hobby, are going to be able to enjoy it. But yeah, it does shit on the original one, doesn't it?
I mean, it does a bit, but then again, you get what you pay for.
That's
right?
true,
So
yeah. And the alternative that I'm talking to, the Pro Plugger, I have read some horrific reviews. So, yeah, that's probably a great point.
Yeah, so the boys have spent, how many hours on top of a Pro Plugger punching away, so they know where the weak points are, where to weld it, what size material to use, all that sort of stuff. So sometimes you can't beat the original, man.
No. And, we're starting to see that. It'll be interesting, obviously, with the launch of new chlorantraniliprole liquids, so Acelepryn liquid equivalents. That's come off patent. That came off patent at the start of the year. So there are generics starting to hit the market. So that will be interesting to see if they do last the same amount of time as Acelepryn. Obviously, Syngenta have spent billions, if not trillions, on that formulation. And they were the ones that brought it to the turf and lawn garden market. Obviously, in the crop, they didn't. That's where a lot of people are getting confused. It might surprise a lot of people, but there are different registrations for crops and lawn. You can have actives. So like fipronil, for example, fipronil we know is good for ants, but there's crop
Mole
ones
crickets,
and mole crickets. There's ones that are very high concentration and will do some serious damage, but they're not registered for the turf. And yes, it's the same active, but can't do it. Can't do it. So yeah, it will be interesting to see how these new generics of Acelepryn are going to go.
But that's also the basis of capitalism too, right? Isn't it, man? Like you can't have one chicken rule on the roost, man. One rooster rule on the roost.
100%. And I mean, like glyphosate, that's been off patent for decades now. That's you can buy that relatively cheap. Bifenthrin sources, azoxystrobin sources, prodiamine. I mean, there's a couple of sources of that now. Oxadiazone, there's all these. There's not very much. I think there's only one product left. Maybe that's IP, or maybe a handful of products that are IP. The rest are all generic. So yeah, be interesting to see how they go.
Yeah. Hashtag lawn chat.
Yeah.
Was it law chat?
Yeah. Well,
IP.
You never know. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, IP for those that know. I suppose took me a while to understand what the hell IP meant, but. You work in an IP business, take it quite serious. So, Caleb Hearn. So thank you, Caleb. Caleb is the one that organised the golden showers. So, Mr. Tidy, totally tidy. Thank you, Caleb. He says, lads. Mr. Mumble says the slabs and sheds. What's Dan's favourite project he's done?
Oh, in the yard. Would have to be the Scotty rebuild, man, eh? That was
the green and gold one?
Yeah. That was just absolutely that was so much fun. It took heaps longer because I was recording everything, so I probably could have got it done in like 2 weeks, but I think I stretched it over like the whole of winter, right? Which is good because I get to do it for longer. Excuse me, but that was by far the best build. Then after that, the best project would have to be Uncle Macca.
We had someone in the chat before, Josh Clark, say should have called in Uncle Macca.
Yeah, that was believe it or not, sometimes Uncle Macca's off the cuff.
Yeah.
But the
Unhinged.
Reno vid,
Yeah.
the Reno
so
vid
good.
took I'd say about a week of like, really thinking about what I was going to have to say.
Would your neighbours be able to hear you?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you get on with your neighbours?
Oh yeah, they're great.
Yeah, okay.
They're really good.
Because imagine like you got someone that's like, what the fuck is he doing now?
Yeah. So come Reno time, they know, man. Like,
Yeah.
all right, Dan's gonna be flat out on the mower for a couple of days, but he's pretty good. You know? So
Yeah.
swings and roundabouts, mate.
That's cool. Yeah, Uncle Macca. Oh shit. Good.
He comes out every now and then.
Caleb says, I've been so flat out with work, missed heaps of eps. That's okay. That's okay. And Nathan Guerra says, still busy at work, but wanted to say hi, Dad and Uncle. Nathan has been a frequent visitor of the chat over, what'd you say, Dylan, the last 3 months, 3 or 4 months?
Yeah, he's been coming
4
in
months,
hot. Yeah. Yep.
So, yeah, thank you, guys. And then Vemjan says, Arvo all. So, Arvo Vemjan or Ed.
Namaste.
So, anything else there, Dylan?
Nothing from me. But Dan, maybe you want to talk a little bit about what your start was with lawn care, how you got into the passion, where you're from, for the people that might not know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because there would be
absolutely.
there. So, sorry to cut you off there, Dan, but we have. So I've just written the 202nd episode of the Weekly Cut, and the reason I'm going to talk about this is because we have nearly 100,000 subscribers to that, and when we first started, we had about 5. So it's taken a while, but we've accumulated a lot of subscribers, and there would be people watching today that will have absolutely no idea who Dan from the Green and Gold Life is, or who Uncle Macca is, or what we just spoke about. People going, who? What? So I suppose that is a segue to explain to the audience who you are, what you do, where you're from, and what you're doing now.
All right, no worries. So a quick story, I suppose. I'm from West Australia originally, down in Albany. Then we moved. We were going to go on this around Australia trip as a family. So I think I was about, I want to say 8 or 10. We set off and we got as far as sort of like Exmouth, which is about halfway up the West Australia coast. That is just a shit hot spot, man. That is so cool. Fishing, camping, shooting, diving, like the mecca spot for kids. I think we were there for 3-4 years, something like that. And then the old man got offered a job over here in SA. So we flew over and I'm done. I'm staying here.
Yeah.
No more interstate travel for me. And then when I got into lawn care, I remember vividly when I first started mowing the lawn, it was for the old man. And it was just like, it was this buffalo out the front, covered with gum trees. So it was half dirt, half lawn. So basically all you were doing was hoovering up like leaves and bark.
Gum nuts.
Yeah. And then just taking the top off the
Yeah.
lawn, and it was just dreadful. I hated it. But hey, that was my job, issued by the old man, so I had to do it. And then when I got my first place, I was like, I'd started taking pride in it, and I'm like, yeah, man, this is all right. So I was out there every week in my thongs and footy shorts, just banging away at the lawn. But I didn't know anything about fertilizer, about anything. But I was out there mowing and carrying on. This, how do I get it green? All of this sort of stuff, and it didn't really click until I wanted to get stripes in it, because I was sitting there watching a Test cricket match once. I'm like, how do they do that, man? I want my lawn to look like that. And then, obviously, then you get into aspects and the way it faces and products, all this sort of stuff. So I ended up buying a book. It was like Sports Turf Care Management for Idiots, something like that. And started reading some of that. And then obviously Ben Sims came along and dumbed it right down for absolutely everybody. I'm talking back in the day, whenever that was. When did he start? 2017 or something?
Yeah, he would have had his fescue lawn back then.
Yeah.
He's like you just said, old school.
Yeah.
Like OG.
Simsy. And just like, he'd explain it to you like you were dropped on your head. And I think that's great because, you're trying to learn things and, how to measure out how much nitrogen per 100 meters squared, all this sort of stuff. Took notes. Oh, this is rad. And before you knew it, man, we're burning stripes in and getting our freak on out on the front lawn. So, yeah, that's where it happened. So,
Yep. And then I suppose how did the YouTube what decided you to go, yeah, we're gonna do a YouTube channel? How did that start?
I remember on a Saturday morning, I'd always sort of kick my feet up, watch Ben, maybe some Connor Ward. And
Connor.
Is he back to it now?
I don't know. He got sick. And then he released a video for his town's fair where they throw lollies.
Oh, yeah.
He got his lawn up for that, but he hasn't posted for so long. I loved watching his stuff. I remember his shed build in the snow out the back.
Oh, the she shed?
Yeah. That was so good.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, I haven't seen him in such a long time. I think he genuinely got burnout. And, you know, I think he'd cop a lot of criticism as well, like everyone does online. And he's like, you know what? I'm happy doing what I'm doing. I'll just upload a video every now and then. Then he got sick. So, but I think he's all right now. But, yeah, I used to love it. His renovation videos where he'd just go do the cores and then he'd get those, you know, the dog and tipper deliveries of sand. He'd shovel it into the back and he'd drop the wagon and then he'd go over it with his four-wheel. He was wicked. Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
No, well, it was just, Saturdays sitting down, watching some lawn stuff, and it's like, I reckon I could do this, man. There is so much more to it than just talking to a camera. And, like, I'd say at minimum, once you're up and rolling, at minimum, it's at least 10, 12 hours a week dedicated to YouTube.
It's a lot.
Which was typically after work, after the gym, after dinner, and then like just sitting on the couch, TV on in the background, you know, editing up some stuff. So, I mean, essentially we all sort of say the same thing, right? Like we all say, you know, put your fertilizer down, water it in, wetting agents, pre-emergents, insecticides, so on and so forth. But I thought I could say it differently, you know, and try and make it myself, but also entertaining and or whatever you call that. Was it funtertainment or whatever? I think there's a term for it. And I had a blast, man. I truly did, but unfortunately, life got real busy, and that's that. So I had to come to an end.
Yeah, and you know, when you're not doing it full time, or you don't have, you know, people like Dylan in your in your arsenal, it makes it like you got to do it all yourself, right?
Yeah.
And you know, there comes a time and a point, and yeah, I know when we mentioned, or someone mentioned like getting you back here, like there was quite a bit of excitement, so that was good. So
it's good, man. Well, I'm glad to be back.
Because you're like I know you just said like everyone talks about the same things, and we do. And like I said out there, nitrogen, you know, fertilizers. Like I said, I can tell you where they come from, and I can tell you what state they go to. Like fertilizers, not really much happening else. Like fertilizer, like granule fertilizer, right? But although ICO are doing some pretty cool shit. Anyway, your approach shifted from a sort of mainstream to soil health, and you know, you might have. I'm pretty sure it was you, but you did a bit of an experiment with neem oil and that sort of stuff. Like no one talked about that. No one was talking about that. And you were like obviously conscious of, you know, applications and all that sort of stuff. You had the worm farm, or the compost, and all that. So like at that time, I'm sure there's hundreds of people doing it now, but there wasn't very many people talking about that. And you know, a lot of the stuff that you spoke about was accessible for a lot of people. So I think that's why a lot of people resonated with your content. And then Uncle Macca was just the cream on top. I
got told that's just Caddy dialed up to 12. Just.
Fuck, that's so funny.
But I was a little bit upset about the neem oil because it wasn't very cost effective, right? And it's more of a knockdown, not a preventative, which is why obviously we go back to the Acelepryn GR because, you know, we think about these insecticides and we don't want it to get directly to the waterway, because now I've got a drainage system that's directly under my lawn that goes to a creek. So you want to be responsible in the way that you apply your chemicals, so you're not damaging the environment, right? I was doing some research and came across neem oil, which we could get from the plant doctor at that stage. And it actually did a ripping job. So all it does is it coats the skin and it prevents the bug from going to the next instar, and essentially it just dies out. So I was really looking forward to that working, but you couldn't really get it out as a preventative, and we all know prevention's the best cure.
100%. Yeah.
You don't want to be sitting there waiting for your turf to turn before you start.
Yeah. Reactive rather than proactive. So it's I mean, Acelepryn's such a great product, isn't it? Really,
Oh, mate.
It's changed a lot though from when it first came. So it the origins are from a bark in the rainforest.
Really?
So it's quite extraordinary actually. So the origin is from bark. So and there's going to be people that watch this and go, that's not 100% factual, but from my understanding of my research was that research team was in the rainforest, thing was in the Amazon, and like they were getting smashed by bugs all day, and then they just came across this area and there's like, there's no bugs. So they took all these samples and there they found the tree bark was what was causing there to be no bugs. And they extracted it and then they found that it was, again, do your own research, but from what I understand, the original form of that bark was very toxic to mammals as well. So obviously you can't have that, right? And then they were able to, so the first people that formulated chlorantraniliprole were able to make it in a way that it became safe. And then, over time it's obviously gotten better and better, and now it's non-scheduled. You know, you don't actually need any PPE to apply it. It's it's quite safe in that aspect, and it's very targeted at what it controls. But obviously, in a grub cycle, you don't know what grubs they are, right? You just know that they're grubs, right? Unless you're a grub expert, you don't know that's going to turn into an African black beetle or you just don't know. So it's a great product, and I love it. I mean, it saved the lawn out the front here because it riddled through here. But when we moved in, we did a video about that, didn't we, Dylan?
We did.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, but and like you just saying with the drainage, like there wouldn't, most homes, I'd say 99% of homes don't have drainage like you do, but then even if they did, there's probably people out there that wouldn't have even considered that. Like, oh fuck, I didn't think about that, So, I mean, that's why it's important that we read the label too.
Absolutely.
Because there are products that are out there that are incredibly harmful to marine life, and it's important that you don't go and spray something tonight and then tomorrow when we get all that rain, it's see you later. We get it. We get a lot of that in the comments, like, oh, it's going to end up in our waterways. Well, it's not up. Like, there's laws and requirements for labels in Australia. We provide that. It's been ticked off. It's been approved. It's then up to the user. It's legal for them to follow the label. So we're not going to sit there with the 170,000 customers that we've had and go, now make sure you read page 6, right? So
and we make that comment in that we've got that algal bloom at the moment here in South Australia. So I'm not saying that's coming from Lawnies, but what I am saying is we just need to be mindful that whatever we are putting on our lawn, we just need to make sure we're not putting it to excess and it's going down the drain. So, for example, although neem oil was a good control measure, you can get a lot better things done with a preventative than you have to come back with 2 or 3 applications of a knockdown that has the potential to get out into the waterway and be a lot worse. So it's kind of like the lesser of 2 evils, right? So
that's why Dylan drinks Coke no sugar.
Exactly the
lesser
same
of 2 evils.
So they say. So they say.
But no, you're
Still
right.
10 years.
And like things like bifenthrin, very good at what it does, but it kills shit.
Oh yeah, effective.
It is very effective at killing shit. So obviously, if you have pollinating bees, it says that on the label. Do not use around pollinating bees. I would argue that if we did a survey of 1,000 bifenthrin users that are not pest users and like just general homeowners, I would argue that probably 10 had probably read the label. And it's we talk about it all the time, and we get laughed at in comments. We get laughed at in videos for. Tell me to read that. Well, that's where all the information is, Like,
you want to be ignorant to the fact of what you're doing, by all means, just read the application rate and way you go.
Yeah, So, it's interesting. label. That's not where I thought this chat was going to go. Label topic, but it is very important, and you do find all the information there. It's so funny. You find all the information there. In some labels, it'll link you straight to the SDS, which will tell you the acceptable exposed amount levels to a human per day for them. And like that's another one. Like, oh, if I spray this in my thongs, will I be okay? Well, maybe the first time, maybe the second time.
Just don't drink it, bro.
Just don't, But if you do that continuously for a long period of time, your feet are great receptors of picking shit up, and it's not somewhere I would want chemicals or anything coming through my feet, whether it's lawn related or anything related.
Or the pets too.
Pets,
because we have those re-entrant periods for a reason.
Yeah, it's funny. But I mean, I've got my opinion on the home garden labels too. So there's different registrations. You got a commercial license or commercial registration label, which is what NSFW is. And then there's these home and garden labels, which are supposed to be easier for the home user to read. They're so much harder. It misses vital, important information like pre-emergent says there, use a coarse nozzle, all right? But on the home and garden label, it just says just use a garden sprayer or a watering can. What?
Watering can?
What? 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 What happened to the nozzle recommendation, So... Yeah.
Oh, how much are you mixing up to go out with a 10-litre watering can?
It's like
over 350 squid.
Is it 3 mils per 9 litres? Let's see how good my memory is. Let's see how good my memory is. I've got really weird memory for things sometimes, and sport memory. Are you into your sport?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's your sport of choice?
Cricket.
Yeah.
Cricket would have to be at the top. F1s, getting right into the F1s at the moment. Oh, my OP was robbed.
Yeah.
It's funny how Oscar and Norris both had rocket ships, but as soon as the Constructors Championship was over, old Oscar just got a bloody tractor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That really gave me the willies.
Well, there was also speculation that happened to Ricardo as well, right?
Oh, yeah, of course.
You know, they know what they're doing.
Yeah. Cricket. I reckon, geez, the best test series, I reckon, was when India were here last.
Yep.
Was that 2-3 years ago? Something like that. Oh, man, the argy-bargy, like the close matches. And then Virat Kohli. I don't particularly like him, but then...
just hitting up Constas at the MC. Just that, like, they talk about deplorable moments in sport. And that, for me, personally, is up there in the top 3 of the worst moments in Test cricket. Because, first of all, there was no need for it. It was just silly. It was childish and immature. But second of all, his path to get to Constas and then elbow him, fucking grow up, right? And he should have been sanctioned a lot more than what he was, because it made me so angry, because it was just like, why? You've got 12,000, 13,000 test runs or whatever, and you're smacking a 19-year-old kid at the MCG in his first test just because he's hitting Boomer for 6 over like third man. Grow up.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But, yeah, okay. Test cricket. I love test cricket. The rest of the cricket can do it. Like, they can fizzle it. I don't care. They can play with their dollies in the cot. I don't care. I hate it. But test cricket.
It'd be nice to get a 5-day test out of someone, wouldn't it? Like the last test series were all over in 3 days or whatever it was.
Well, Adelaide went out to 5. Here, like the Adelaide test match here, the Ashes was really good. I didn't particularly like the MCG test, but I do feel for the curator there, because he was under instruction. So
well, Cricket Australia set what they want for the pitch, don't they? And then the curator goes, okay.
Yeah. I feel for him because Cricket Australia didn't back him up. So 3 mils per 9 litres.
He's on it.
Yeah. So very odd. But yeah, F1's into the footy.
It used to be, but I'm going to plead the old man card here and say the game's changed too much.
Yeah, 100%. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I went to go play it when I was back, I want to say late 20s, early 30s. I was just doing back-to-back hamstrings, and I'm like, man, time to hang up the boots, mate, you know? And so I've sort of fallen out of love with the game, but West Coast is my team.
Of course.
So, Yeah, maybe I'll pick it back up again. I don't know.
Well, maybe not this year. Maybe not next year. But maybe in a few years, West Coast will come back around. They don't usually spend too much time at the bottom, but they have of recent times.
Yeah. Yep. With young Reedy there.
Yeah, he's a like, and again, the media cops it to him, but he's great value.
Yeah.
The
next Prince of Perth.
Able to keep him, which is good. So, all right, we've got a couple of comments here. So Vemjum asks, Dan, asked Jonesy about the book. Well,
what about the book, Jonesy?
What about the book is that Dylan is extremely under the pump and he just doesn't have the time to turn it into a graphic book. So the book's written, there's just need to turn it into something nice.
What book's this?
My Ultimate Lawn Care Guide book.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's I mean, it's done. It's just
got to put some pretty pictures up there.
Yeah, pretty pictures, put my face in there. Yeah. I've got
Make a gardening day calendar photo, maybe.
Yeah, well, maybe. You never know. You never know.
I'll need a cut of the sales for that. Then,
we need to find ways where the media department outside of ads makes money. So maybe a calendar is where it's at. You know,
you don't want to see the rig at the moment; it's a bit sloppy, man.
I think we're all there, right? Mr. Mumbles has a question. Was Dan a natural behind the camera or did it take work?
It took a little bit of work, man, especially out the front because you got people walking past and stuff and they're like, why is this clown talking to his phone? You know what I mean? But I was just myself, you know what I mean? Just the way I am, the way I was on the thing is the way I am here. So in terms of natural, you got what you got, and then it was just about being more comfortable out the front and just realising people are walking past and they're only going to be there for 10 seconds. What's this clown doing? And then it's out of their mind.
Yeah, that's a good point. But in the moment, very people watching me. You know,
yeah, it can be. Or sometimes when the neighbours would come back from work or whatever with their car and I'm out the front, it's just like, well, I'll stop. I'll just wait patiently while they go back inside so people don't have to hear that and start again. So there were a few times where I had to say the same, like go back through the same take 3 or 4 times because, it was either interrupted by kids or something or other. But that's the game, man. You know?
And then he's asked, what is your funniest moment behind the scenes? Well,
behind the scenes... Funniest moment on the scenes is Uncle Macca. Just go and check that out. Behind the scenes, some of the time I spent over the east with Simsy, also Dylan from Rusty Inspirations, and Brenton from the Aussie Lawn.
Good lad, Brenton, as well.
Oh, very knowledgeable man.
He scared the shit out of me last year at the turf conference. I was talking to Syngenta, I think, at the time. And I had these big 2 hands just come at the back of me and shook my soul. Yeah. And I turned around and I was like, Brenton. We'd never met before, but we chatted online and we had a good chat. He's very knowledgeable. Very, very good for this community.
Oh, absolutely, man. Hands like dinner plates too.
Scared the shit out of me.
Yeah. He's probably forgotten more about turf than I'll ever know. You know what I mean? Really knowledgeable dude. And just great bloke.
Yeah, just good and the same as Ben, we all at that point, when I met him, Brenton was starting his online store, right? And there's a lot of people on Acelepryn, Lawn Geeks, all those sorts of pages who think we all hate each other. But probably internally we're competitive against each other because we're all trying to, make money so we can live and survive and do what we want to do. But we're all decent people. Yeah. Majority of us, especially Ben and Brenton, I'd have a drink with them or I'd, spend time with them and it's not us versus them or them versus us. It's
no, absolutely, people, man.
Yeah. So did you go to his house, Brendan's house, or
Yep. So I went to Queensland to go and pick up a motorcycle with a sidecar.
That's right. Yeah.
That was a once in a lifetime journey, man. That was so cool. But the way that old mate, so when I picked it up, he had the sidecar and motorcycle set up plumb. But when you do that, you're supposed to actually have the sidecar towed in by X amount, and then the bike leaning out by about 3 degrees. So you fight the camber of the road. But he had it set up absolutely dead plumb. So the whole time I'm riding back like this.
Yeah, okay.
And like my neck and everything was all jacked up.
Wouldn't he have felt the same way?
Yeah. But he didn't know what he was doing. So he's like, okay, I'll get rid of this thing. So I went up there, go and pick it up, and I contacted Ben and Brenton on the way through. I was like, boys, I'm coming to pick up this bike. You need a hand for a couple of days. Yeah, man, swing by. So I gave, when did I go? I went to Brenton's first. And we just had a great old chat out on his lawn, went out to pub for the thingo, and then packed up, left the next day, and then spent about, I think, 4 days at Ben's place helping out with the landscape. Yeah, so we had the tank, helped out putting like the drainage layer out on the green. Needed some excavator work done, so schooled him on a few techniques on the digger, and we built the retaining wall for the tank, and then started heading home across the hay plain. And
there's a whole lot of nothing on the hay plain.
Oh yeah, yeah. Luckily the bike has cruise control, man.
Oh yeah, didn't even think of that. Yeah, imagine. Oh nah, no thank you. Yeah, fuck yeah, that's good. Oh, what a trip. You said before no more interstate trips, but you reckon you'd go over to the US and do Route 66 on a bike?
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
Helmet off.
Yeah.
Yeah, helmet off. Just pack my swag, pack enough undies for the jet. I'm not washing.
No. Would you start in Santa Monica, or would you start on the other side and come back to Santa Monica?
I think I'd probably start on the West Coast, and then go past Lost Wages.
Yeah.
Maybe drop a
and
then get back on Route 66 and then go across. Do some time down in New Orleans, man. Get the Big Easy, get some decent grub and listen to some music, and
You've been to the States?
Nah.
Yeah, it's different. I mean, talking like I'm a seasoned vet, I was there for 11 days, but it was very eye opening. It's you understand, you get appreciation as to why the Americans are the way they are, and I mean, it's the country of the world, right? It's just huge. And I was in such a small portion, but there was so many people there. The scale, like we were talking downstairs, like the scale of the US is attractive for a business, but there was so many people there, man. There's just
I don't do well with big people,
But to be fair, like they were pretty good. Like we were there for a conference, obviously, but like we stayed in the Gaslight district of San Diego, and like it was fine. There was street parties. There was a little stand on the side. She make like hot dogs. There was a taco place called can't remember what it was. But
shout out to podcast sponsor.
Yeah, it was so good. Like they were like $1.50 US each, and we had them for me and Clint had them for breakfast because Matt had a meeting. So we had genuine Mexican tacos for breakfast at like 8:30 in the morning. It was so good with an American Coke and tacos, and like this is living, Barry. This is living. Yeah. We spent a day in in LA. We went and saw the sign, and then stayed in Santa Monica. Went down Muscle Beach.
Boy.
Rode an e-bike down there.
Did.
Yeah, it was me and Matt had a great time down there. But yeah, that was fun, and like there's obviously so many people, like they don't care that you're there, right? And I suppose it all depends on the areas you go. Like we didn't go to the dodgy areas of San Diego. There was a mass shooting like 4 days before we got there. But that was on the other side of town. We were on the okay side of town. But so I suppose if you do go, just research the areas, man. Like, because Rose, she was saying like there's a street in Chicago that you go down and done. They don't care.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Won't be doing that.
No, but nah, because at Santa Monica, that's where Route 66 ends or starts, depending on which way you go. But, there was people, obviously, we're on the pier and there's people finishing or, taking their photos and stuff. It was really quite cool, and it just felt like a movie. It actually, LA just feels like San Andreas or GTA 5 because that's what it is, right? Yeah. So we went to the observatory and I'm like, this is where I shot the plane out, But yeah, no.
What about, did you get any of that? there's this thing, I don't really know much about social media anymore, but there's this thing where people like get Australians to say no.
Didn't
get any of that?
Didn't get any of that. The only time we got picked up for being Australian, and this is so funny, was the first night we were there. So people might have heard this story before, but our flight was cancelled when we left, so it was delayed a day. We were supposed to play golf and, do the full Hollywood experience. But so we had to cram a lot into like 10 hours after landing. So we went to the Hollywood sign, did that, came back, drove past Hollywood Boulevard, drove through like the streets where they make movies and stuff. And Matt's like, we should probably get going because it was like quite a while to get to Santa Monica. Got to Santa Monica, got to our hotel, got changed, and then we're like, we'll go down to the pier and just see what's open. So we were approaching the pier, and there was a group of, we'll call them musicians, right? Musicians. And they were talking, like they're trying to sell their CDs, right? And I'm not interested, right? And we're approaching them because that's what, like, they've positioned themselves to see people, right? And like, whatever. Hey, bro, like, want a CD? And we're like, nah, all good, man. And he goes, oh, Australian. Like, they're like at us, like, no, you're Australian. You got to buy it. And I'm just like, nah, no, thanks, man. Like, all good. Have a good night, sort of thing. That's the only time, other than the people that we were meeting that obviously knew that we were Australian. But yeah, that was the only time that they really got us.
So you didn't get the no.
Nah, I didn't get any of that. And then we had bubblegum shrimp for dinner. That was my first meal in the US. Yeah,
that's actually a thing.
Yeah,
Bubblegum shrimp.
Yeah, so that was on the pier there at on the Santa Monica Pier. Yeah,
right. So what an experience!
It was pretty cool. That's where I had my first American Coke in a tumbler glass like this big, and we went to, because then Clint and someone else flew in the next day, Scott. And when they were landing, Eva and I were having these breakfast burritos, right? They were like just chicken. It was so like unhealthy, but it was so good. And but then like one of the other days we went to Chili's and had these burgers. They were like massive burgers, and it was free refills. And I didn't know, right? And I just finished this Coke, and I put it down, and just as I hit it, the woman's like starting to pour my. And I had like 2 liters of Coke, man, for breakfast or for lunch, right? And I was just like, that was too much, But nah.
Just to be clear, that was 2 liters, not 2 kilos.
Yeah, it's about 2 liters. Yeah, it was. Yeah. No, well, marijuana's legal in California, so
there you go.
You just buy gummies from the deli. I don't know, or what do they call them? What do they call delis in the US? Tobagas or something. We just call them delis here. But you just buy gummies. Not everyone, but a lot of people were smoking pot, and I can't stand the smell of it. It really like upsets my head. And I remember pulling up at a set of traffic lights, and you're in LA, got to have the windows down, right? And in the distance, I saw a Del Taco sign, and I don't know if you like memes and stuff, but there's a famous Del Taco meme, and I went to go make the meme, and then this big puff of marijuana just came, and I was like, oh, that's gonna take me some time to get used to. It took about 2 days, and I was fine. But yeah, I did make that Del Taco meme. It's a good one. But if you've not seen it, then
it's all right.
It has no value to the.
You haven't shown me that one.
Yeah, I haven't shown you the Del Taco one.
No.
But yeah, sorry, we just got really off topic there.
It
should be. Yeah, so if you do want to go to the US, do it. Yeah, and
absolutely.
do it because you only live once, right?
Yeah, I'm so keen. I'm so keen, but I also want to go to like Bali. Haven't been to Bali yet.
Yep.
Want to go running with the bulls. That seems like a pretty good time. Hike the Kokoda. Then go to all the cigar making countries, man.
Yeah.
Come back with a big old black lung,
Yeah. Well, again, you only live once, so Yes, Dylan. Sorry, you had some comments.
I was just going to say that we've got a couple grams coming through. We got Keep It Green saying, "Fuck this guy, green and gold, bruz." Clearly excited to see you back on the pod. We also got Riz_grasshole saying, not all lawn people are nice. Let's face it, we're all a bit fucking weird.
I concur with that.
Yeah.
Yep.
We are a bit weird. Yeah, and that's
Some
fine.
of us are okay with it.
Some you could get along with.
Fuck normal, right,
Surface
Dylan?
level. Fuck normal.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Now, Luke Francis made a comment here quite a while ago. Sorry, Luke. Boys, widely off topic, and someone may have beaten me to it, but I think I've cracked the Easter egg hunt on the webpage.
Oh.
Is it the word moist in the URL of wet? And yes, you are correct, Luke. Unfortunately, yeah, you're a bit too late.
Luke,
but
you know that it's cracked,
Yeah.
bro. There's no way. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's 2 in the span
I got
of
an
2
email
weeks.
too. I got an
Did you?
email, yeah, a separate email, which I had to say yes, but it's already been done.
Yeah,
Someone was really close, saying they were on the wet page, but they didn't guess the URL.
Okay. Do you want to explain to Dan?
So, yeah, I mean, it's Clint's story to tell, but I'll give you.
More just
Yeah.
about that we haven't had an Easter egg on the website.
Yeah, so we have had an Easter egg on the website, which I noticed in like my 3rd or 4th day of being here, and it's relating to Clint and a previous business venture that he was a part of where he got screwed over, and yeah, so in the URL of wet, instead of wet 1 liter, it used to say, or it still does, it says moist 1 liter.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. A little bit of a nod to...
Yeah. So,
Okay.
So yeah, Clint was a part of that business to begin with, and yeah, long story. Clint's talked about it on this podcast many a times, but like I don't like telling people stories, and that's his story to, if you want to listen to, we'll ask him. So, but yeah, Hawks 2015 says, "G'day legends," and he said that he enjoyed Dan's Scotty Bonner videos.
Oh, cheers, man. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with it. It's funny, they're so precise. You know what I mean? Like 1/8 of a turn on the screwdriver will get you reel to bed knife or whatever. Then locking it back off again, and it's just like,
It's a lot. It's a lot. And yeah, I mean, you could get a Toro worth $27,000 walk behind, but you still have to adjust it. You still got to look after it, you know. But yeah, they are cool machines. And then what the fuck is my hashtag? I think is what the extended version is. Says, "Oi, how'd you get Uncle Macca on the pod?"
Pulled some strings.
Pulled some strings. KC Grock says, "Hey gang, hello. Has Dan now swapped out the Scotty for a Zimmer frame?"
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, we're not walking too well at the moment. I got a bit of a crook back at the moment, but
Backs don't need them. Overrated.
nah. Just need to go down to Repco, get a new L3, L4.
That's right. Kira says, "Happy Friday, legends. Happy Friday, Kira. Hope you're well." Bearded Sith says, "Hello." All right. Derek Radley says, "Hey, Jonesy, you are usually spot on, but the other day you said PowerJet was not safe for Kentucky bluegrass." Well, actually, I have Kentucky bluegrass lawn, and I use PowerCheck without issue at label rates in conjunction with Spartan. Here's a link that backs me up.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah. That's fine.
Don't click the link, bro. You
Yeah.
didn't click
No,
the
I
link,
did.
you?
You can, like, I mean, the label says that it's not registered for that use. So, and considering that I've been in trouble with letters before, I'm not going to suggest anything off label ever again because people watch this fucking podcast and dob me in. So,
Dogs.
yeah, actually, I don't know if you know this, Dan, but I got a letter from the governing body of chemical in Australia, right? Because I said that an active ingredient does something, right? Which it does, right? But that's the crop registration for it, right? Even though it's the exact same chemical and it wasn't on the NSFW label, can't say it. And I got a letter.
Oh, Mr. Jones.
So, yeah. Yeah. Look, if you want to use that at your own risk, go for it. But just be mindful that Kentucky bluegrass and poa or wintergrass are part of the same family. So that's up to you. I'm not going to say you can or you can't, but I wouldn't is what I'm saying. But yes, I did say that, Derek, that, you know, is not safe. If you have success with it, I wouldn't ever disclose your address on the internet because there'd be someone out there that's ready to have this conversation in a loaded gun ready to go. So, yeah, I'm just saying what the people do to me, you know, and to Clint and to us. They grab something and they run with it. So, but I mean, I'm happy for you that you've got a way of controlling power in your Kentucky bluegrass. There is a product that's registered in New Zealand and the US that they use. However, we don't have here in Australia. I have spoken to the company that makes it, and they said in order to get that registration here in Australia versus how much they'd have to sell, it's just not worth it. So even though it's an existing chemical around the world, it's not currently in Australia. So they'd have to do all this testing. They'd have to do all these checks, everything before it's able to be sold. I mean, you might be able to go over to New Zealand, buy it and bring it back. I don't know about biosecurity laws there, but, you know.
Well, not only that, how many Kentucky bluegrass lawns do we have in
That's
Australia?
right, yeah.
You know, so congratulations on getting a KGB going, man.
Yeah, it
KBG.
is a nice looking lawn when it gets going. I mean, Connor's front yard's all Kentucky bluegrass, so
Cheetah grass.
yeah. Yeah, I'm not wearing my high vis.
That is spot on.
Yeah,
That is
I've
spot on.
watched a lot of it. Oh, goodness. So I was going to lead in. Oh, my back lawn.
Yes.
So you might not know this, Dan, but I used to have this Santa Ana lawn. All right. And then my dog, piss burns, killed it.
Mm-hmm.
So and she used to dig it up when we first got her. She was a little menace. But I then, every time she'd dig a hole, I'd get on a Facebook marketplace and go find people that have a slab of kikuyu out the front of their house for a build, right? So I had this Frankenstein kikuyu mix, right? It was like dwarf kikuyu, normal kikuyu. Like it was just kikuyus, you get a kikuyu, right? And I'd go and pick them up because, you know, that's what we do if we're just moved into our house and we haven't got all this, you know, money to spend.
Mm-hmm.
And then I bit the bullet and I went to the hardware store and I bought the pure kikuyu seed in a purple box, right? Which says 100% kikuyu on it, right? And it is. And now it's everywhere, right? And it's got no respect. It's got no boundaries. You just look at it and it grows, right? So I'm done with it, right? Because, and this is going to break a lot of people's hearts. It broke my heart. Unfortunately, we had to put our dog down last week.
Oh, no.
So rest in peace, Lexi. 9 years strong. Unfortunately, had a brain tumor that was sitting dormant there for, the vet reckons, a period of time, and it shifted, moved her brain. Yeah, horrible. So, yeah, that's the whole reason I had kikuyu out the back. So I'm thinking I might get rid of it because I'm sick of dealing with it. So I've come to a couple of conclusions. Leave it, and I'm not sure I want to do that. Option number one is hire a contractor to come dig it out. Dig out 300 mil. See you later. I don't want any more. Bye-bye. And I'll poison everything. There's a stump there as well I want to remove. See you later. And then bring in quality sand. And then option one is bent grass. Do a bent grass putting green because I do get good results out there with cool season because it sees enough of the sun, but then you get a lot of filtered light and shade. And there's not much wind out the back. Out the front, different story. Or I send it back to the OG Santa Ana.
Oh, Santa Ana, baby.
Yeah, I'm thinking I might.
God's carpet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How, be honest with me, how much time you got to look after her?
The back a lot easier because my missus is a PT, so she access through the back roller door is hard because my side access is not. I can't fit a mower down it. It's you know I'm on a bloody sardine block, so I've got like 40 squares out the back of lawn and a little entertainment area. So out the back, access and time not all the time, but I've got access. That's what impedes me getting out the front and looking after the lawn out the front is access because Mrs. is working. Not gonna, hey, can you stop? I'm gonna just wheel the rover through. Like it's not the right thing to do. Yeah. And I did do the bent grass overseed project out the front, had really good success with it.
Yep.
So, and I like my golf, so it gave me an excuse to, practice my putting. I say that now, and I just like the way bent grass looks.
Yeah, it is a handsome grass.
But Santa Ana, that's the other thing as well. In the winter I get a shaded area. It's about, what's that, 200 mil? Yeah. Of a shaded area where this, obviously, again, people might not know this, but during winter the sun is in a different position than it is in summer. I get a shade and it dies out. So I've actually sown some fescues, rye in there, and there's like the summertime when the sun's there, the kite creeps out, and then during the winter time the kite recedes back, and then the fescue comes back. So it's so cool to watch. So my idea would be have a rye sort of apron or fescue apron, probably fescue to be honest, and then bent in the middle.
Bent in the middle. I do not mind the fescue. If you can keep it nice and tall.
Yeah, that'd be the plan.
Swashy effect.
Yeah.
It's
because there's fescues along there now, and yeah, it just looks good. It's always green there.
So just believe it or not, kaiku looks good at like
great.
50, 60 mil.
100%. But I'm just sick of it. I would have to mow it 3 times a week at the moment. It's just I've done 2 applications this season. One, I actually had some leftover bush. I didn't have any Trojan in the shed. I just used bush, which is our garden fertilizer. I just put that out in the lawn and happy days. And then, I put Trojan on about 10 weeks ago and it's still going bunters.
It's a very forgiving grass.
It is. I mean, that's why so many councils use it, right?
Yeah.
It's just, you look at it, grows,
Yeah. It's probably an excellent, it's a shame. Like, it's a shame once you've got it. But it's a great beginner grass, I think.
It is. And an established grass. I mean, North Adelaide Golf Course, the South Course, that's all striped up. That's all kaiku. That's the main one at North Adelaide there. That's all kaiku. So looks pretty good to me. So
when you do want to do the kaiku, you delete though. What's the plan? You're just gonna
I'll spray it.
Yeah.
I'll spray it first, and then would just hire someone to come take it, and they can deal with it. If it costs me fucking $500-600 to dump, I don't care. I don't want it anymore. Like,
So I got told the best way to get rid of kai, and people can add in their 2 cents worth, is to hit it with the glyphosate, let it come back, hit it again, water it, fertilize it, get it to come back, and hit it again.
So that's what we did at Dad's place when we did the green build at his place. We sectioned off, sprayed it probably 5 or 6 times, watered everything. And he's got very, very minimal, like no kaiku popping up, just what comes in from the side, which is easy to manage. You can pull it by hand or spray it out. But I haven't decided exactly what I'm going to do just yet, but I would like to get this the rover out the back there because it's, I don't have a dog now. So I don't have to have it looking like a decent length for her. But then if I do the bent grow in, I've got grow mats from this company here out there, so I'd use them to grow in the bent, and I'd say in about 6 or 7 weeks you'd have a decent surface, but that's a long time, and it's a long time without, especially if we want to go out the back, it's a lot of dirt and mud being brought into the house, so that's
That'll make you popular with the chief financial officer, no doubt.
So get in the comments what you think I should do.
What about your growing medium? What are you thinking in terms of soil profile?
If I'm going to do bent, I'm going to do I'm going to full wig out on it. I'm going to do a proper sub base sand. It'll be a sand profile. So when I move out, whoever moves in stuffed. They're going to be like, what is this lawn, man? That if otherwise, if I was just going to do Santa Ana, it'd probably just be an 80-20, to be honest. I'm not the 80-20 that I get from my local yard's pretty consistent. It's pretty good.
I need their number.
Butt Rose at Williston.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So I'm in two minds now about what to recommend for a sub base, right? So
Well, sorry to cut you off. I'll tell you what it's called after this. I'll tell you what the loam is actually called. So you could ring any landscape yard, and if you get the purchaser or someone who knows what they're talking about, and you say, "Hey, have you got this?" and they go, "Never heard of it," hang up, call the next place, and because someone in your area is going to have it. It's arguably one of the best loams in South Australia.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Okay.
in my opinion. Don't get angry at me. It's my opinion. Isn't that right, Dylan?
Yes.
You're
Not
allowed to
financial
have
advice.
Yeah, not financial advice. Yeah, we used to have a button. I don't know where it is. When I'd say something, like when we say something, then we say not financial advice because people take it too literally.
Yeah.
And like, or you were wrong. Like, we had a guy up in Queensland tell us that we were wrong saying that Santa Ana's a good lawn variety. Well, in South Australia, it's the goat. Just because in a hot and humid condition doesn't work for you, use something else.
Yeah, you can't. You got to take into consideration all aspects, man. You know, your
100%.
climate, microclimates, aspect, shade, temperatures.
Everything.
There's
Yeah.
you can't just say that's the best one.
Yeah, you get 2 meters of rainfall a year. We get 2. Like, you know. So, but yeah. Sorry. Anyway, recommending sub base. Yes.
So I'm in two minds because I got the 80-20 or the 70-30 and it came out like concrete. But then when I did the backfill for the drainage project, I got like an organic mix, and then I started getting mushrooms, and I'm like, so once you get the shrooms, man, there's you got it.
Or that organic compound is just going to continuously break over and over again until it's all depleted.
Yeah.
And then you're back at where you were, except now the soil's indented because all the organic material is broken down.
So I'm thinking about just going back to the 80-20 and putting up with compaction, or potentially, like you said, like a sand profile.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, obviously, with a straight sand profile, you're going to be putting more inputs into it because it's going to be flushing through the system a lot quicker. Especially if you get like a real, like the Lawnhub top dress sand that's available at SA Landscapes. That's a triple wash, multiple particle size top dressing sand, but it has been used to construct greens before. But it's it's good at what it's doing. It's draining, you know. So
multiple particulate size. So is it still round? So we're not actually getting compaction. So it's a washed sand, like it's not angular or anything like that.
So it's harvested. It's mined on the York Peninsula. There's a sand mine out there, and yeah, so multiple particle sizes to avoid compaction, essentially. So if you get them under a microscope, I'm sure they're not all perfectly round. It's going to be, you know, allow oxygen flow and water flow through the particles. You know, some obviously building sands, which you wouldn't want to use at all on a lawn, they're used to compact, right? That's their sole base to compact. So it's there was a big topic about the Lawnhub top dress sand on the Lawn Geeks this week, and unfortunately there's not enough people that understand how a landscape yard works. Sometimes they need to come back and they don't empty the trucks properly, and you get rubble and crap in your sand, and which is not great. I'll admit it's not great, but the sand itself, the Lawnhub top dress sand itself, where it's mined from, is so pure. It's to see it in action is something special. It's like whoa, and they call it the Lawnhub top dress sand because that's what Clint called it, but that's not its trade name. But it's, you know, it's our top. That's what we called it. You know, just like this water, you could bottle this water and call it anything. It's just, you know. But yeah, they've used that to construct greens before. The Mount Compass quarry's got a lot of different sand options as well. I'm sure there's minimum water requirements, of course, as well. Yeah. There's, you know, your local landscape yards. A lot of them, the good ones will have access to all the pits in South Australia, and just be a case of going, you know, hey, do you have access to this? What's the minimum? Oh, it's actually in the yard, man. How much do you want? Like, you know, you never know. But when you know what you're asking for, it makes what you're looking for a lot easier.
Absolutely, yeah.
And landscape yards are scary places. because if you've never been to one and you don't understand how they work, you don't know what you're asking for, people get overwhelmed. Like it's a lot. It's a lot. So
sometimes it just pays to check the bucket of the sales loader.
100%.
Like
Yeah.
Just have a quick look.
Yeah.
It's
Can I
like,
go out and have a look? Is that okay?
Yeah.
You know.
If you tell them, look, man, I want to top dress my lawn, I'm rolling a cylinder mower. We just want to make sure we're getting as clean as we can.
And it's important because if you do ask that and they go, "What are you talking about?" Get out of there.
Oh yeah.
Because you know.
Yeah.
It's just, and not all landscape yards are equal, and not all are there to service homeowners. They're there to service the trades that buy PM rubble at, you know, the hundreds of tons a month sort of thing, and that's their business. You know, that's if they want to sell rubble, then go for it. But you know, it's more to that than that, of course.
Oh, he knows about PM rubble.
Well, that was one of our biggest sellers at Railways. Yeah.
One, two?
PM2, I think,
PM2.
or was it PM1? I can't remember. It was one of them, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Whatever I don't know. Jeffries, we had a big Jeffries account there as well. Yeah, it's tough in a landscape yard selling dirt. Pavers.
Selling dirt.
Yeah, and obviously with Boral going under as well, or whatever they were called in Ludum. Yeah, them going. I don't know if I'm assuming they went under or they got bought out, whatever. So
yeah, I think they bought out. Yeah.
You know, yeah, this just further constricts the supply or the supply of pavers here in SA. So, is Littlehampton pavers still around?
Littlehampton bricks, yeah.
Bricks, yeah. So, yeah,
they're still killing it, man.
It's crazy. Like, yeah, my favourite was when you'd spend some time at Railways and this old dude or woman would come in. Oh, I got this paver, and like. There's a guy at Railways that had just been there forever. And he's like, oh, we haven't had them since 2004. And it's like, what do you mean? Like, how do you know that? It's, you know, but that's what they know. That's, you know.
Special subject matter expert in pavers. It's a thrilling life.
I mean, look, people probably look at this profession and go, I couldn't do that. And that's completely fine. But yeah, selling pavers and dirt, unfortunately, just didn't excite me, unfortunately. As much as it plays an important role to our hobby, I just, I just wasn't, unfortunately, it's just not for me. And
Hey.
you know, so Dan, are you allowed to talk about what you're doing now?
I suppose I can give a brief synopsis.
So
yes.
Explain to people, because I need to do a wee. Explain to people because the Torrens to Darlington project is not a secret, right? It's definitely not a secret. So I suppose explain to the viewers what that is, and then sort of what you can explain your involvement in that. And it's basically why he can't make YouTube videos anymore.
It's a roundabout.
I'm going to do a wee, and then, I'll be quick.
All right,
Okay,
so
we'll talk. You can still talk to the people, but
all right,
I am here with you.
So currently working on the T to D tunnel in construction verification. So we want to make sure that everything's built to the design and specifications. So going through and looking at how the boys are building things, offering feedback, witnessing hold points, that sort of thing. So it requires a vast knowledge of construction. So not just one specialty. You've got to be across multiple specialties, which is great because you don't get bored. You know what I mean? So we're talking things like structural concrete, shotcrete. Currently going through a bridge erection. So
let's get a little bit of one of those bad boys.
So we're about to start some more CFA piling for a tension slab. But also what's exciting about the project is not only the TBMs, that's pretty cool, right? So the big old worm that's going to dig the hole.
Yeah.
But concepts maybe some people don't think about when we're building these structures. So for example, the lowered motorway, because it's a big concrete slab that's, I want to say, about 20, 30 metres wide. What people don't realise is sometimes at that, if you've got a water table above your concrete base slab, you got that hydrostatic pressure trying to push your base slab up like this. So we've got to go and install some CFA piles that sort of create tension to hold it down, so that we don't have cracking and whatnot. So I hope I haven't given too much away, but or bored the people about civil infrastructure.
No. I think it's one of the most interesting projects in Australia, not only just Adelaide. Like, it's pretty remarkable. Have they started digging yet? Like with the big worm, or is that yet? That's still we got some time.
We got a bit of time now. So currently, one of my colleagues is assisting in the construction of a base slab. So this base slab is also going to be part of the motorway, but there are some temporary works a part of that allow the TBM to actually push off of and force itself into the wall. So thrust blocks and welding trenches and all this sort of stuff. So hopefully I don't get in too much trouble for what I've just said. I don't think I've let anything proprietary or named names.
Well, if there's anything that you want us to remove after the fact, we definitely can.
I'm sure the state government will be out here soon, and
they're definitely watching this podcast. That's for sure. Instead of working,
but it's actually, like I say, it's really interesting because my current role, I get to experience a wide range of trades and structural elements and that, and I've been in construction a while, so I know a vast bit. I'm not going to say I know everything, right? But
you're dipping your toe in all the areas
and being exposed to
project.
To other things that I wasn't aware of. So it's wicked. It's wicked mad.
Yeah. Do you know how many people are working on the project in total?
Nah, a lot.
Yeah.
It's
but the entire way down, there is always people. Just working.
A vacuum of resources. I think I saw 5,500 jobs on a banner somewhere.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't quote me on that, but there is
wouldn't be surprised.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
And they're still under resourced.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for a job,
I
know a guy.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they're flying people.
Oh yeah. We're getting people in from France.
Oh yeah.
The French are very, from my understanding, the French are very skilled at tunnelling. People from all over, man, all walks of life, which is cool as well because you get that mixing pot of culture, and sometimes it gets lost in translation, but other times, you can talk a bit of shit with the boys and we all have a laugh. So.
Yeah. Oh, good. Good. Yeah, you need that.
Absolutely.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
How was your wee? Adam's back.
Oh, mate, he had a pressure gauge in that. We're pushing about 800 kPa, I reckon. It was
pressure versus flow test on that bad boy.
It was, yeah. Whew, feels so much better though. I was getting this big pressure build up in my upper stomach. I needed to go.
It was hurting.
Yeah, that big, mate. Whew.
Yeah, it was. I've been holding for a while. I probably should have went before we started, but Dylan wanted to frame up, so.
He gets here 1 minute before. It's 1:59. I'm here for the people, all right?
That's
I'm here
right.
for the people.
Oscar O'Sullivan says, how is the lawn at Railways looking? Can you do another renovation video there? Oscar, it's now known as SA Landscape Supplies. We sold Railways to that company, to Barry there. Goodness. How long ago was that, Dylan?
Year and a half?
Yeah, about that, year and a half ago. So I'm not sure how the lawns are looking. I'm sure Luke and the boys are working on it fine without us there. Can you do another renovation video there? Look, as exciting as the South Road Underpass project is, driving there currently is a mess.
Yeah, it'd be a nightmare, man.
It's a mess. And look, that's not saying never, but I don't frequent down to the south, and saying that, I'm probably going down there next Friday for the barbecue. It's okay in the morning, like early morning, like 5, 6 o'clock. It's okay, but yeah, coming back, it's done.
Forget about it.
Yeah, so I don't know. Might have to hit the boys up, see how the lawn's going, Oscar. But yeah. Any more comments from you, Dylan?
Nothing through the gram, mate.
Any more questions come through on the story?
Let's have a look. I'll bring that up. Negative. I'm
assuming that this tunneler has got some wicked GPS in it, so it's not going off skay-woo like, oh, shit. There's going to be a an amendment because now we've got an S bend in the tunnel.
I kind of wish they would get lost and take it up Glen Osmond Road up the freeway. Yeah, I'm kind of hoping that happens, but no, I'm not sure how they control it and pilot it. I've never been exposed to a tunnel of this sort of scale.
Yeah,
but hopefully they make a mistake and wind up out there.
It'll be interesting because, like, at its peak, how deep below the surface is it? Do we know? Is that information?
I don't know if I can say.
No, that's all right. Because, like, I was thinking about it the other day. Where was I coming back from? The aquarium shop, Seaview Aquariums. Very good place, mind you. I like going there.
It's your happy place.
Simple pleasures.
It is. Well, I
like going there.
Yeah, it's set up like an aquarium. Like, you know, like no, it's not quite. It's just nothing like Melbourne Aquarium. But you walk in and there's nice display tanks, and then anyway, and obviously I saw that big green beam that you were talking about. I don't know if it was on the podcast or down there. Everything's sort of morphing into one. But I was standing, I was going, that's pretty high, that green beam. But surely the tunnel's going to be that and more underground. And just I don't know, made me think because there'd be people out there that would go, oh, my house is going to fall down, and you know.
Oh no, we're far enough that they're probably not going to feel it. Yeah, yeah, especially with the substrate through which they're I don't want to say mining, but tunneling through. You know, that high marsh clay or whatever. It's pretty absorbive of that kind of vibration. So.
There's a good video on YouTube about it, actually, about the project. I don't know if it's. I don't think it's a state government sent one. I just think it's a guy who likes tunnels. You know?
Yeah, boy. Just like those guys that like trains.
Yeah. Well, and planes. I really like planes. I don't know why. I can't explain it. I really can't explain it. But
I'm the same with lawnmowers, mate.
Well, it's, it's
We've
just who we are.
We've got the flavours of tism. That's what they call it.
Yeah, just different versions of it. So
we do have a question here.
So I've got a couple.
All good.
So Cam Bissett says, does Australia have an equivalent product to Tenacity? That's the product I was talking about before. That's in New Zealand and the States. So no, there's no equivalent to Tenacity. No, sorry. That sucks. And Vamjam says, when should we start using Prem? And like, if you've done your 2 Trojan apps for the season or mini pill, like it's probably start time thinking about Prem for your next one. So, higher in potassium and higher in iron, start boosting the plant up in colour and bit of health, bit of strength, resilience heading into the cooler months. Because Vamjam, I think we'll have a short winter again. We had a short winter last year. It was hot and then it was cold and then it was spring before we knew it.
Yeah. Just on that point, plant health on the way into spring, especially with the summer varieties, is so important. You know what I mean? We need to make sure that they've got everything they need to go into dormancy so that they can stash the chlorophyll, the carbohydrates, all that sort of stuff down in the roots, down in the rhizome stolon, so that when it does spring back, it's just back into it. Yeah. You don't want to neglect it in what's arguably one of the most important seasons, being autumn, so that when it does go dormant, it's springing back with vengeance when it comes back to it. Yeah. Especially with our pre-emergents as well. That's that pre-emergents are going to set up yourself for next year in terms of weed control and all of that. So that's, what are we now? It's late
close.
Feb, so it's not far away.
Very close. We that was a common question this week on our socials, emails, messages. We're some parts of Australia it's probably time, but it all depends when your last application was as well. If you applied it 4 months ago, there's no point applying it now. You're just wasting 2 months worth of product, so potentially. So, I'm a March, April kind of guy, more leaning into April, depending. Yeah. We haven't decided what we're going to do out the front here yet, whether we're going to oversow it again and stripe it up over winter or just build the strength and park it. I'm not sure yet. So
I'm definitely an early April guy. Kind of lands with my birthday. Trying to take my birthday off and go and put out some pre-emergent.
Yeah, bloody oath. Bloody oath.
So I suppose the reason I do that is because I have winter grass that I really need to control. I don't get too much broadleaf at the moment. But by getting that out, by getting that out early enough, we're safeguarding against that winter grass when the soil temperatures start to get more closer to that 14 degrees, 12, 14 degrees, when that wants to start to germinate. So, think about getting that on order now, so that when you're not waiting for back orders or anything. And
no, and definitely don't apply if you're in Adelaide in the next 24 hours. It'll end up in the waterways somewhere. And
was it follow up with 6 mil irrigation?
6 mil, yeah. So we're getting predicting a lot more than that here in Adelaide. I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean, I've been wrong before, but
it's rare. I mean, it's rare.
It's. I'm not wrong. I just didn't have everything. I just didn't answer everything.
Yeah.
I've been given that one before. Oh, okay. All right. But obviously it's important for pre-emergence, especially products that contain prodiamine, that we're not putting them on new lawns or an area that we want to lay a new lawn or put down some new seed, because no bueno.
No. Quick, fast track to wasting money.
Yes. But yeah, I did my barricade 250 mil forecast for the next 3 months 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be interesting to see how my numbers stack up against actual, but I'm usually pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Forecasting numbers is my thing. That's what I like doing. So, we sold. When Barricade 250 mil launched, we sold 550 bottles in 3 days. Oof. Yeah, more than everyone else combined.
Yep. Well, make sure you get your order in quick then.
Yeah. Well, we've got a fair bit down there, and we've got a lot coming in on Tuesday next week. So, that'll be our stock holding starting, and then, we'll just draw from that until it gets to, I don't know, maybe 30 cartons, and then we'll get more. And because we don't want to run out of that. We want to give people what they want. That's their pre-emergent. And then some parts of Australia, especially in the northern parts of Australia, you'd be looking at your second application of Acelepryn now to stop your armyworm, which is ugly.
Oh yeah, that destroyed me one year, and that's not quick to come back either. Like, that's most of your growing season gone.
Yep, it's and the armyworm that we had come in last season was a different genus to the normal armyworm we get.
Oh, right.
So this moth actually originated in Papua New Guinea, and it destroyed lawns and green areas faster than the native one here that we get in Australia. So they're a little bit different colour.
Yeah.
So armyworm obviously is that army colour. This one was a bit lighter green.
And it was effective, like the...
smacked it. Yeah.
Naughty boy.
Yeah, so someone bought... I don't know how it got brought into Australia, but, that's why there's biosecurity laws in the world. But that was... I think that was known as the full armyworm. I think that was the English version of it. With the photos that we were sent, there was this line of armyworm eating someone's lawn, and he's videoing it, and they're just you can see them moving. It was phenomenal. People losing lawns overnight.
Crikey.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So,
just a lawn deleting machine.
Yeah.
Get some for your cocky.
I could. Yeah, I could. It's funny because so I used to, and again, I've spoken to, I'm not sure if you've heard of Menina before. What's Menina's last name?
Gilby.
Menina Gilby. She's a Dylan, what's her? It's a long title.
Please hold.
Yeah, she's a biodiversity
consultant.
Biodiversity consultant. So she works closely with the Glenelg Golf Course. Let me start again. Glenelg Golf Club. I get angry when you call the club a course, but yeah, she works with the Glenelg Golf Club in biodiversity. So she's worked with Tim, the super there, about bringing native insects back. They've had birds rock up that they hadn't seen for years. They're releasing native fish back into their dams. They're removing the carp, and massive into biodiversity. And she spoke about the role aphids have for ladybirds or ladybugs and their development, right? Because I've got roses, and I used to always spray my roses for aphids. And unfortunately, by doing that, you're then denying the ladybug cycle their source of food when they hatch and turn into little ladybugs. So last season, I didn't spray my roses, and I had, I'm going to guess, 10,000 ladybugs on my fruit trees out the back. Never seen anything like it before, and I was like, this is wicked. This year, again, didn't spray the roses. Didn't see a single ladybug this year. Not a single one.
So no ladybugs, but plenty of aphids.
But plenty of aphids.
Oh, jeez, you were robbed.
But last season, I couldn't fathom. I didn't know what I was looking at, and I was like, I'm pretty sure they're ladybugs, because they don't look like ladybugs in the beginning.
Oh yeah, yep. It's like a brown. Is it like a brown 6-figured alien-looking thing?
Yeah, that.
Yeah, they're the ones. Yep.
Yeah, so I had like 10,000 of them out, and that's probably being exaggerating, but there was I'm talking thousands of them. And then this year, not a single one.
You might be able to look into white oil. So white oil could be a natural. I think it's vinegar and something. I can't quite tell you off the top of my head.
Yeah,
and it's just a natural control for aphids, but it probably wouldn't get all of them. You know what I mean? So you could try and control most of the aphids and still keep a few ladybugs around.
But then this season, and Menina might be able to tell me, because she's very smart and at what she does, but my fruit trees got curl leaf this year, and I never had that before. So whether that's interrupted the ladybug cycle, I'm not sure. But yeah, I didn't see a single one. It made me really sad because I didn't spray my aphids because I wanted to see them again and be doing my part sort of thing.
Did your roses suffer? Or?
Nah, roses are off their head. They're bunters. They went mental this year. I had a couple disease. Clint pays me out all the time, but disease in my one closest to the road and the one closest to my house. I did a hard prune last winter, and I mean there was only a trunk left and no disease this year.
Yep.
Great flower. I think they're getting a bit hungry because the yellow in my yellow rose is a lot more saturated. It's not like that deep, dark yellow, which I had at the start of the season. So maybe, they'd consumed a lot of nutrients over the course of the summer because it was hot. So I don't know, but they get plenty of water, but not too much, just enough.
Enough, yeah.
But I put them in so the postie will stop driving on my lawn.
Did it work?
Yeah. You can't drive on the lawn unless he drives through my roses.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Good. So that's the solution.
Roses.
A lot of people are like,
yeah. Oh, I mean, I understand they got a job to do, and the whole, it's not your lawn. I get it. But I work hard on my lawn, right? I'm proud of it. I don't necessarily appreciate having tire marks through my lawn. And I can feel that way.
Yep, absolutely.
Just like people write signs and nail them to trees on South Road and say, don't cut me down. You just put a nail through it. Birds live here. Yeah, birds do live there. But you put it anyway. That's another story.
Another tangent.
Yeah, that's another tangent. Oscar says, what are the best reel mowers for someone who would like to take their lawn to the next level?
A lot of people love to say Scotty Bonner, and I love a Scott Bonner, right? Don't get me wrong. You've got to be prepared to either buy a shitty one and fix it up, which, again, is my jam. So, but unless you're buying one that's been fully restored, if that's not you, buy one that's fully restored. That's sort of the entry level. Then you can go up to the Mow Master, excuse me, if you want to drop a couple of grand and really flex on the boys.
The homeowner range of the Mow Master, in my opinion, for what you're getting, is very, very achievable and affordable. We're talking $5,500 for a residential Mow Master, I think. About that $5,500, which if you go to the mower shop and that Mow Master's there for $5,500, but then a Pro Tier's there for $5,500, you're going to take the Mow Master.
Oh, yeah.
It's way better value for money. It's a solid machine made right here in Australia. But your commercial ones obviously are they start moving up a bit, but it's an option.
Then we've got the Bush Ranger and Super Swift as well. Can check them out. Also the Cox. We've got the Cox. I haven't had the pleasure of a Cox yet. Or what was the last one? Massport.
Yep.
Massport. I think that comes in a 450 and a 600. So you want to be very careful about the size of the machine you select for your lawn. So there's no point running a 20-inch on like 50 square meters of lawn, because by the time you get to the end, it's time to turn around. You've done your lawn. So I think I did a lawnmower recommendation video around how many square meters you want. So I had 300 meters out the back, and I had a 17. It could arguably be the 17 was a little bit too small, and I had a 20-inch, and that worked a treat. That was pretty good. So I would say if you're in that 300 meter range, a 17 might be a bit small, a 20-inch is good. Then down to 200, you would say a 17 is spot on and a 14 is a little bit too small. And then, 100 less, 100 and less, you would say a 14-inch.
Yeah, well, we started with a 14 out here because our theory was, well, shorter, more stripes, but it took so long. It was so hard to mow out there with a 14. Then, yeah, Clint gave us the unicorn to use out here, but he took it back. So I think we've got a Bush Ranger 20 down there, Massport 15, and then the Scotty B 17 we're giving away. When are we giving that away, Dylan?
Is that the one we're giving away, or is that's I think it's either going to be Monday or if you do the live on Sunday.
Ooh.
So that's up to you.
I'll have my laptop with me anyway. I'll decide. Someone's just brought up a very good point here. Thank you, Brandy from Down Under, for bringing it up. Once it's in the soil profile, rain is no problem, ? So when we're talking pre-emergent, in theory, yes, but when we're talking torrential downpour that Adelaide's expecting, you don't want to do anything. It says on the label, don't do if heavy weather or something or heavy rainfall is predicted. It's just not worth it. Your potential will be a waste of product, and you won't get the results that you're after, and then you'll feel hard done by that you've spent this money and it didn't work. In that situation. However, if it was continuous mid-30s and no rainfall, yes, once it's watered in, it's in the soil profile, it's fine. But when we're talking, torrential downpour, that's what I was referring to. So thank you for bringing me up on that. It was good.
That doesn't just apply for...
Oh, for pre-emergent, apply for everything. Yeah, that's right.
You just don't want the product to dump.
Nah, because it's a waste of money. And, we're not all billionaires, like Elon Musk, who can do whatever he wants. We, this is a hobby, and we want our dollar that we spend in the hobby to go as far as possible. And if that means delaying an application by a week, so be it,
Or bring it forward to avoid rain, or to line it up with rain, just not too much rain. Sort of that. Yep. You wouldn't want to go more than 10 mil rain.
Nah.
Because they ask you to follow up with 6 mil worth of...
Yeah. It's just, not worth it. Not worth it. Tyler the Flower here says, me boyfriend's lawn needs a good watering. Better water it then. Mr. Mumble says, I'm off, guys, but thank you for the podcast.
Cheerio, Mumbles. Have a good one, brother.
Brad VJ3. How can you tell if you've got a hungry lawn? Just never looks great, and I'm wondering if I should smash it with lots of regular fertilizer and see what happens. Dan, what's your view on that?
Don't ask a fertilizer company, mate, because they're going to just say, hit it hard.
No, well, my initial response to that is there's something going on in your soil. It's causing nutrient lockup.
Yeah. Yep. So get the pH tested. So the first thing we really want to do is get a soil report done. So if you are sort of following good cultural practice and fertilizing, but it just seems to always be hungry, get a soil test. So that's going to check out pH levels. So what can happen is if your pH levels aren't correct, what you get is called, and Jonesy said quite right, you get nutrient lockout. So the nutrients will remain in the soil and the plant can't access it rather. So get a soil test done. Might take a couple of weeks to come through. The best thing you'll do, because not only it'll tell you your pH, but it'll also tell you what you're deficient in your soil profile. Then you can supplement through fertilization and then watch your plant thrive. So I believe the Lawnhub also offer that service.
Yeah, I'm just trying to, because I always get it mixed up what ours tests for, and I can't be wrong on these things because people pull me up. So why is this screen so small, Dylan? How do you zoom on this thing?
Control plus.
Ah, there we go. All right.
Boomer.
So this one, tests for pH, EC, CEC, calcium, magnesium, potassium, sodium, aluminium. I was watching too many American shows. I was going to say aluminum. Phosphorus, sulfur, zinc, manganese, copper, iron, boron, and organic matter.
So great. That's all your macro, micronutrients, and OM. That's actually a good reading as well. You want to understand what your organic matter is doing as well, because to me, organic matter is like your ultimate soil amendment. It's going to help you with compaction, moisture retention, CEC, all of this sort of stuff. So that's a great addition to that test.
Yeah, and you get a nice little graph, sort of how we're looking, an ideal, and then sort of how yours stacks up, and it's quite a good little service. Obviously, it's conducted in a lab, so it's not going to happen. The results don't come back overnight. We try and advertise that as best we can in the instruction manual that you get sent. But understand that people want fixed things, and that's great. But sometimes things take time.
Yeah.
And soil amending can take years. Like, as you know, it can take years to fix. Sometimes we see turnarounds in as little as 6 weeks to 6 months, but sometimes it's going to take years, unfortunately.
But there could be a couple of other issues there whereby we have compaction. So if you're fertilizing through granular and you've got compaction or hydrophobic soil, you'll find that you're not getting the penetration that you require for your nitrogen to get down the soil profile. So a quick and dirty fix could be to give it a good core aeration, apply a soil wetter prior, say 1 week prior to your application of your fertilizer, and see if that helps. But I always recommend get a soil test, man.
Yeah, 100%. And core aeration is outside of everything. If you only had the budget for one thing a year, it's core aeration.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it's so beneficial for the soil, for the lawn, and for the root zone. And a trade-off for fertilizing all the time, Brad, and for anyone who's listening, is the roots will become lazy. They won't need to search for water. They won't need to search for nutrients. And eventually over time, the roots will shrink. And then what happens, and we saw it 2 or 3 years ago when it was really hot this summer, but fortunately we've given a lot of beneficial information and people understand it more. We actually saw lawns in Adelaide just dry up overnight because that root zones just can't deal with it, and that top profile, which is typically clay, just dries out, and the roots have just gone done. So then coring is going to help push that root growth. Wetting agent is going to help water infiltrate through the soil profile, and the roots will follow it down and make it a stronger, more resilient lawn. And then get it to a standard, and you introduce PGR, and it turns even more resilient. So
how good is PGR?
PGR is honestly, there's a handful of products and things that you need for that next level lawn. Cylinder mower is one. That, a rotary mower can only do so much, but for that look, cylinder mower, PGR, wetting agent, and a quality granule fertilizer, that's the recipe for a great start. And then, of course, you can keep going on and on and on. But, growth regulator. And I say this all the time, but whoever figured out the formula to work out when it wears off, I hope he's resting very comfortably, because how you sit in a lab or an office and work out a growing degree day.
Yeah.
There's a lot smarter than me, because I don't know, I find the growing degrees, the calculation for that, very fascinating. And we had a 48-degree day out here not long ago, and we had 176-degree growing days in 7 days here in in direct. So meaning if you applied Primo at the start of the week, you're applying it at the end of the week.
And if you don't, you get the rebound.
Yeah. So then maybe, well, the front lawn, the big lawn was under regulation, but not by then. It had worn out by then. But yeah, because we regulated the rye, didn't we, Dylan? Yeah, we did a video about it. Like you said, just completely transforms the lawn, the look, the colour, the root density. I love it.
Mm.
And now that it's available in a 500 ml container, much more accessible for a lot of people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's just, I love it. Love it. It's,
Tight, to get that nice tight knit look too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, you can't achieve it otherwise, really. It's very hard. Unless you're mowing every single day, you just can't do it. Can't do it. So it looks like that chat's excited a bit of people. So Oscar says he's got a 215 square metre lawn. He's the guy that asked about the cylinder mower. And he goes, what Scott Bonner would you recommend for 215?
215. I think a 17 probably be all right. A 14 might be a bit too small.
I think 14 is definitely too small. And depending on how that 215 square metres is configured, like a 20 would probably do well as well, especially if it's rectangle. You can get some fat 20s up and back, yeah. Oh, Dylan, that's making me want to do a rye overseed, but I don't know if I got the time, man.
The 20 does look good. Like if you've got the right space for it, some fat 20s just like it just takes it to that resolution, right? So it's less pixelated. You know, if you know
I know what you're trying to say. Yeah, because 14-inch, it's like you got to be really like right on it. Where 20, there's a lot more margin for error, and you can get the look. I know what you're trying to say. I don't know what the word is for it, especially not at 3:47 on a Friday afternoon. But depending on the configuration there, Oscar. Definitely a 17. You wouldn't want to go any smaller than a 17, but if there's a 20 available, depending on the configuration, it's an option as well. Blocker 8 says, if you have a big lawn area, where should you take the sample of your soil test? So, Blocker, you get to submit up to a cupful, which I know doesn't sound like a lot, but you don't need to take a lot of samples. So, what they recommend is you just take random cores from around the whole entire lawn until you're up to a cup, and then make sure you try and remove as much green material, so the leaf and any rhizomes or stolons, because they're going to take up room in your cup of the soil. And then you just get a generalized sort of report back, because you don't really want to spend $150 per 1 meter squared. Like, that's a very expensive way of doing it. May as well get a generalized one. Like that. That's what we recommend. So
plus, I think it'd be a very rare occasion you have a pH imbalance,
unless you've
localized.
Got fairy ring or something like that, and you really want to hone in on that region. But then that's a whole different conversation. We're talking treatments, coring, scarifying, disease. Like, it's not fun. Trying to get my cooch I seeded this season to get denser. It's like growing tall, not out. Brandy, I would look at just mowing more frequently, like 3 to 4 times a week if you can. Just keep nipping the top off. Eventually it'll get sick of that, and it will just start going that way. Depending on what you've been doing fertilizer-wise, get a good base granular and then top it up with liquids every 3 to 4 weeks. Sounds excessive, but we haven't got much time left for cooch to really settle in, ready for the cooler months. So, boosting it, spoon feeding it, regular mowing, that's going to encourage that growth.
If I can just jump in on that one, please, for a moment. I'm not sure what we've planted, but if it's common, it might not get that nice tight knit leaf like you would with a hybrid. Yes,
that is a great point. In saying that, we've got some common cooch available here in the garden beds at Lawnhub. If you want it, you can come grab it. Honestly, I've had enough. We pull it out, we whippersnipper it, we've poisoned it. It keeps coming back. So, Sidonian dactylin is what it is, and you can have it. Trust me, you can have it. We sprayed it with PGR once, trying to stop it. Just loved it. Yeah, just loved it. It's Rural Adelaide has common cooch in the fairways everywhere around there.
Yeah?
Yeah. So, and Nathan, the super there was talking about how in winter, it'd really struggle, but he didn't believe because it was common cooch it was struggling. He was thinking that it was the pre-emergent that they were doing. So he did a start, like he did a little, I'm pretty sure he did like a little test area where he didn't put pre-emergent and it was pure all winter.
Unreal.
Yeah, so they don't use pre-emergent. They get polar come up, but polar's polar. It's a combination of common and Santa Ana, their fairways, and it looks, I mean, I don't know if you've seen photos of Royal Adelaide recently, but it always looks pure. It's, in top 10 of Australia, I think.
I might get some common cooch, man.
Yeah.
If it's going to survive.
Yeah, and they regulate it every... He says it on the podcast how often that they regulate. Well, they're often spraying Primo in the winter as well, which suppresses the polar seed head. Obviously, that's another benefit of Primo and or Trinex pack ethyl. But and they spray it all winter as well, and it's fine, holds up. So
what about that? They probably wouldn't get frost down there though. But
I can't remember. I'd really have to dig into the memory bank there, but I'm pretty sure we do talk about frost in that podcast. It's a good podcast. I had a lot of time for Nathan. He was very generous with his time. He's a very humble person, very knowledgeable person. But yeah, his favourite product's Wetting Agent.
Oh yeah, mine too, man.
I remember, and I've told this story before, but I remember when I first learnt about Wetting Agent, and I was like, oh, that's sick. Like, as if there's a product for that. And, obviously there's a product for everything. But yeah. Brad V3J says, I've thought about that over time. Maybe it's time to bite the bullet and get a soil test. Done most other things, even caught about a month ago. Did you have price? Do you have price on the soil test? Yeah, it's currently $149.95.
Cheap.
It's we do get some comments that it's not obtainable, but the information you get back, and we pay the freight over for you to send the soil test, and we also pay the company this. What I'm trying to say is the cost of the soil test is what it is, on the hope that we can recommend products back that we sell. More times than not, though, we actually don't, because we don't hold, calcium in bags or buckets. It's just you just wouldn't get your return on investment of purchasing tons and tons of certain elements or all these sorts of things. But
well, we think about the cost of a bag of fertilizer, right? You could easily blow $150 a year trying to amend it yourself.
Easy, yeah.
Just by trial and error, right? So, mate, that's the cheapest $150 I think you'll spend all season.
Yeah, and especially if that means that, because there's all different, like NPK ratios. There might be one that suits your lawn better. I know that we've done that at my old man's place where I used Got Laid, a starter fertilizer, 19-11-10 all season, and the kike just looked magnificent. So obviously there was a phosphorus deficiency in that lawn, and it's looked good ever since. So obviously a couple of applications have Got Laid and helped that lawn. I didn't do a soil test or anything because I don't think we're doing them at that stage, and the only ones available were, like the one you got from Michelle. I think at that time you had to reach out to her personally, or that she'd do a post on Ozelef and say like, oh, we're doing another run of soil tests, and it just wasn't easily accessible. Whereas now, like, everyone sells a soil test, which is it's if you really want to make a difference, and because the things you're doing aren't working, soil test is where it's at. Yeah, I think so.
Absolutely. Yeah, if you tried all of the silly things, all the things well, not silly things. If you tried all of the cultural things first, the easy solution.
And then last one here from Oscar says, what do you think the price would be to pay someone to restore a Scott Bonner? That all depends on what kind of machine you're looking for. Are you looking for something that's rolled off the showroom floor that has all new bearings, nuts, bolts, blades, handlebars, grips? You could look at, $5,000, really. Easy.
Yeah. By the time you pay someone, I think I was in mine 2.5.
Yeah. Because labour's not cheap these days. And, I mean, the example of the Scott Bonner that we have downstairs is a classic example of that, of someone who really cares. However, if you're not looking for a fancy paint job, you're just looking for something that's straight, might have a few new nuts and bolts and rubbers, chains, blades, maybe $2,000 plus the cost of the mower. But yeah, if you want a nice paint job, you may as well. You're doing all that effort, right?
Absolutely.
Again, depends what paint job you're going for.
Yeah. If you look back on the channel, I think I did a what to look out for when buying a Scott Bonner. It'll take you through basically the tyre kicker's guide for a Scott Bonner.
That was a good. Did you get the missus to help you in that one? Yeah, that was a good one. I did like that one. Yeah.
So just have a look there. First thing you want to check is real bed knife, but also whether it's got one of the new aluminium clutches on it. Because the old cast iron ones, shake like a dog passing razor blades. So you got to otherwise you could shake your whole mower apart. So they're relatively good value when you pick them up from such places as Moparts Oz and all that.
Yeah, and I suppose the other thing as well, if you're looking to drop $5,000 on a mower, you can buy something brand new with warranty from a mower place as well. There's a lot of pros and cons. I know All Make Mowers and More there. Shannon and his team, they've got an array of cylinder mowers. They've got Mass Sports, they've got True Yards, Bush Ranger, Mowmaster.
Alro?
I think so, maybe. Yeah, wouldn't surprise me. He's got them all.
Yeah.
And access to other mowers as well. Like he's Protea. If you're going to spend $5,000, that there's potentially no warranty there once it's been restored. Like, well, you gave me the engine, I just put it on. Like I've just put it together. Like it's, and I'm not saying that all people are like that, but you never know. But if you want to give it a crack yourself, you learn a lot.
Oh, I'd encourage that, man. I'd a bloody ball.
If you're handy on the tools, that is. And there's plenty of videos out there now on how to restore these things. I mean, there's a Scott Bonner Bible as well if you want to read that. Just don't print it. They don't make it. It's not happy when you print it. But what is the best real mower that costs around $2,500? Probably the Bush Ranger 20-inch, to be honest. That's a very solid value for money mower. And it passed the Clint test. So if Clint can have one and it works for him even after not being nice to it, it's good. Darren says, when is this month's giveaway announced? So, Darren, it'll either be Sunday or Monday morning. I'll have to work that out. Yeah. And then Leith says, Scott Bonner versus Toro. Now, Leith, you've got to understand that they are two completely different mowers with two completely different purposes. A Toro Greensmaster, for example, is going to cut at 2 millimeters on a prestige golf course that has no margin for error. Unfortunately, a Scott Bonner just can't do that.
Yeah, not the 45s. So we've got the supercuts.
Yeah, the supercuts, obviously, they're obviously 65. A bit different. And yeah, they do a fantastic job. You will find that a lot of them are fixed braces though, whereas, like the Toro Flex will move with the articulations of the ground and the green. So yeah, they're just unfortunately, just two different, completely different mowers. I still do sometimes wish that Clint kept his Toro Flex because I think that would have been cool to play around with, especially on the lawn out here. But that's probably where it belongs on a golf course. Yeah, not in Clint's hands.
Yeah. Well, not only that, you got to have the real estate to wield one of those bad boys too. You know what I mean?
I was practicing in the warehouse to the teardrop turn. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, watching the guys that live use a Flex is I mean, it's an art. These guys, and Obviously, John Deere have got very similar mowers. Jacobson's got very similar mowers. They are very nice to watch. Watching someone do their craft and mowing straight lines on a golf course is not easy, I wouldn't imagine. But they seem to do it. So
not only that, you got to have a plumb soil profile. I've found if I've got something that's not plumb, for example, and there's like a little bit of a thingo in it, you cylinder mower could roll up one side and like you get a narrow stripe, and then you roll up the other side and you got a thick stripe or something like.
That's that lawn out the front.
Yeah,
I hate it. It's so uneven, and we've top dressed it twice, but it still needs so much sand. I wouldn't mind that tree disappearing too. That makes it hard, but yeah,
I'm sure the tree fairies can come and visit, mate.
Yeah, they can come pick it up and plant it down South Road somewhere. I don't care. And then just like that, 2 hours has passed. So the last one here from Brandy says, got a section that gets heaps of sun in the arvo next to the house. Soil seems dry and sandy. Cooch not wanting to grow there. Any suggestions? I put wetter down and thinking core, aerate, and add organics. I mean, you can definitely give it a try. If it's dry and sandy, and you've put a wetter down, you still need to keep the moisture up, as we discussed a bit earlier with sand. Sand is a great drainer. It's just what it does. So even if there is wetting agent there, that can only do so much. Even, wetters are great, and products like wet are designed to work in sandy profiles, but there's always a limitation. They're going to retain moisture there for a little bit longer than no wetting agent, but being in a sand profile, it's still going to
fall out.
Still going to make its way through. But the additive of organics there, that's going to absorb nutrients and water as well. So, if you've got some, some organic blend or something, if it's just a little area, just, go and buy a bag, just sprinkle it out. Or if you've got any, what's that product? Comes in a brick. You open it up, add it with water. Peat moss. Yeah, peat does that as well. So that's something else to consider. I found with peat doesn't bring in any weed seeds sometimes. Ooh. Yeah, sometimes. Don't hold that to me. Don't want.
But I'd also like to get you to check your aspect as well. If the cooch isn't getting a minimum 5 hours sun a day, it's not going to like it.
No, and that's a good point, because it might have just grown to its limit. That's only where I can photosynthesize too. I can't do it anymore. And that's sort of the line that I get in winter at my place. Like the kite sort of recedes, and then that's it. It doesn't go back any further, because that's where the sun limit is. So, and then last one here from Oscar: what height would you recommend using a real mower on Tiff Tough? That's completely up to you.
Yeah, so you've got to consider. That's not just a one answer question. So there's a few things to consider. Number one, how much time do you want to put into your lawn? So if you want to cut at 5 to 8 mil throughout the middle of summer, you're going to be mowing every second day. If you want, if you only want to be mowing twice a week, then you might bump that up to 20 mil. So and then also depending on the time in the growing season. So spring it's going to grow like hell, same in summer, but autumn it's going to slow down. So you need to pick a mowing height based on the frequency of which you can afford to mow. So
it's a great answer. And if you're falling behind, that's where growth regulator comes in.
Yeah, boy.
So, but look, Tiff Tough has this unique ability where it can look good at multiple heights, whereas Santa Ana gets a bit leggy when it gets a bit higher. But Tiff Tough seems to just have that ability, and that's what it was bred to do, have that, increased chlorophyll production, increase node production and leaf blade. Like it is a lawn off its head. Unfortunately, it's at its detriment as well. People get excited, and it gets a bit thatchy, and we actually haven't experienced any of that out the front here because we haven't been fertilizing it. So, but Tiff Tough does have a unique ability to look good at multiple different heights. So, I mean, for me, if I wasn't trying to be like a green, that anywhere between 15 to 25 mil would look good. You have it a bit higher as well, and you're using a cylinder mower, the stripes are going to be more defined, especially if it's a healthy lawn as well. So, but yeah, if you want that golf course look and it's at sub 10 mil, yeah, just make sure you're on top of the mowing, because once it gets away from you, you'll be scalping your lawn. So that's just a harsh reality.
Yep, lifting your height.
Yep. So, and then TB, no, it's a D. TW. God, I'm tired. New lawn going down March 17th. Should I just focus on getting the new lawn settled, or can I add a pre-emergent and or premature to survive the coming winter? I wouldn't be looking at a pre-emergent unless it's a product that we don't sell, because that company and us have disagreements. So I'm not going to mention it for that reason. Yeah, I wouldn't. I'd just look at getting it healthy. Get the cherry popper pack, which is perfect for new lawns. Just get it healthy, get it going into winter, and then, yeah, once it comes out, we can deal with whatever has happened over the winter. That'd be my looking.
So essentially what we're looking at a pre-emergent herbicide is it puts a layer of herbicide in the lawn at, say, about 30 millimeters. And what happens is a brand new root, typically with a weed, a brand new root will come down, hit that herbicide layer, and then kill off the plant, because you're laying turf directly on the soil profile, it's going to send down roots to try and get through that. She's going to die. But that's why existing plants can survive, is because they've already got roots below that layer. So, yeah, definitely get on the pre-emergent train probably next season.
Next season, yeah. And now's actually a good opportunity to go out if you've got a local park or your neighbours and see what weeds they've got. If they've got paspalum, and you can, paspalum is an ugly looking grassy weed, and you can look at that on Google, whatever, because I don't have any handy with me, sorry. But that's a good indication that, okay, there's paspalum around here, might want to put a pre-emergent on in the springtime. But if, there's no real weeds, then, you could, I suppose the longer you get your lawn to establish, and I mean, some people can establish it quite quickly, and that's fine, but not everyone's like that. And the longer you have to establish your lawn means that when you do use a pre-emergent, you can have zero issues. Because, that's the last thing you want to do is invest all this money putting down a new lawn and then for it not to grow. That's, a bit of a heartache. So, Dan, thank you. I feel like we just talked and it was good. I liked it. Hopefully you guys at home, at work, in the car, on the train, wherever you are listening to this podcast, enjoy it. I know I did. That's a bit selfish of me, but it's always good to be in the presence of Dan. He's a very insightful person. So thank you, Dan.
No worries, mate. Happy to be here.
And hopefully your back gets better and your work remains busy and you're able to be part of South Australian history for everyone to enjoy for time and time once we're all gone. So thank you.
Thanks for having me, Jonesy. Appreciate it.
No
Cheerio,
worries.
people.
Thank you, Dylan, as well. You got to thank you here.
Oh, that's okay. Thanks, guys. Thank you.
So, thanks, Dill. If you're in Adelaide, stay safe and dry. If we do get all this rain, be a good weekend to be a duck. So that's what I've got to say. So goodbye. Quick, Dylan, play the outro. Oh, no.
Where is it? It's on front page.
It's on front page?
Front page.
Yeah. All right, thank you. Goodbye.
Chad's got nods.
But I cannot see. I'm legally blind. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. I'm innocent.
Come on this way.
So are you from Houston?
Man, I'm from Port Arthur, Texas, and I'm a female.